When families are broken, our church and our society are also broken. The Bible says, "For lack of guidance, a nation falls, but victory is won through many advisors." Welcome to the Family Matters of the New Jersey Conference.
Hello, my friends. Welcome to Family Matters of New Jersey Conference. I am Pastor Jean-Michel, the Associate Director of the Family Ministry in the New Jersey Conference. Today, this is the second episode of this program, and I am very pleased, very happy to have again with me Pastor Peggy Philocent to discuss an important topic in family. Pastor Peggy, it is a pleasure.
Same here. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Yes, it is a pleasure always. Pastor Peggy, you know, the impact of technology in the relationship is very important, because today we see that everyone has a cell phone, Android, they have tablet, and this causes a lot of problems in the family. So, you know, in the Bible, the wise Solomon declares in the book of Proverbs, chapter 11 and verse 14, he said, "Where there is no guidance, a people falls. But in abundance of counselors, there is safety."
Yes.
You know, how can you explain to the parents that the technology is a good thing and a bad thing?
That's a difficult one. That's a difficult one because you have a lot of parents who don't believe technology is a good thing. And more, I believe, is the fear of unable to control how advanced technology has become nowadays. And so they don't think it's good because they can't control it like they used to. I remember when we had just a computer growing up, and we only had one computer in our home. I grew up in the 80s. You had one computer, and at that time, because my dad had a business, and so not everyone had a computer, but it was that Windows 3.1 with the MS-DOS system, and you only had one computer there. But as you went to school, you still had to go to the library to do research. So you went to the library to do whatever assignment that your professors have given you. And so as technology started to advance, most people were, now that they were able to afford it, made it more affordable, you had a computer in every home, but there was only one central computer that everyone had access to. Now, the use of that technology has made life much easier. You know, we used to mail letters to our loved ones and family. I still remember mailing letters to friends in other states, or my aunts and uncles in other states or so. You mailed letters, or you used the phone to dial to do long distance to a family at that time. And so I still remember the numbers turning. So we see how we didn't letters back then, but then the phone comes into the system. And now you can just dial a number and talk to a family, and whether it's Haiti or wherever it may be, you can talk to them, and technology starts increasing, making life much easier. We have microwaves in the home system to make the cooking much faster. And so technology was beneficial, and it was a great thing to make things much easier. But as we advance to make life easier, we've become more consumed and dependent on technology. And so now that our children is dependent on technology, now we're seeing the effects. When it was for the adults in the family, it was not a problem at that time, because we saw that how it benefits to make our life much easier and access our loved ones right away. But now that our children have access to all information, whether we want them to or not, it's become this talk recently of the use of technology, social media, and how much access they're getting, and how others in this world can access our children. And now there's this fear of technology because as adults, we don't understand it as much as these young people do, and we cannot have as much control as they do. And what made it worse is that now every child has to have an iPad, laptop, and computer in order to do their homework. They have to take it to school to do their assignments. Before, you only had one in the household where everyone can control, so the parents can see what the kid's doing. Now, every child has an iPad, and some type of form of technology for them to just even for their education system. And so now we've lost the control that we have.
That's true.
And that's what's going on at this time.
Yes, that's this is correct. The technology it's very good, very good. We do everything fast,
Yes.
and it's very good.
Missionary work through our
Yes,
technology, even now.
Even the proclamation of the
Yes,
gospel.
yes, yes.
Look at a long time ago when you preach
Yep.
in a church. So you preach to only 50, 100,
Yep.
200, 300 people. So now when you preach, the whole world.
And it's funny because many churches who were against that technology during the pandemic, they were
They
forced
use
to
it.
use the
Yeah, they use it.
technology.
And they like it.
And now they like it because every church says, no, we still got to keep our live streaming going. So now everyone wants to have the live streaming. So yes.
Yes, so the technology, we realize that it is a good thing. It's a good tool, okay? However, there is a problem. Technology causes a lot of family to be broken. A lot of relationship are broken because the use of, I should say, the misuse, okay,
yes.
of technology, so impact the time, affect the time husband and wife used to have together.
Yes.
Okay, parents and children, the time they used to spend together. You know, now I don't know if you realize that. So sometimes you see a couple, they are discussing things very important, okay, for the relationship, and you see the husband is talking to the wife, and the wife, her head is on the iPhone or on the tablet.
Yeah.
So this is, we can say this is a problem. This is a problem. So there is a lack of time, important time
together, yeah.
in the family.
Yeah.
This is one. This is one way. Another way, the technology is bad. Okay. For the children, as you mentioned before, the parents, they don't have the control of the children. They're always on the iPhone, always on social media. So this is a problem. So now we have to reconcile the thing. It has to be a balance.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
If something is good and at the same time it can cause problem,
Yes.
so we need to find a balance.
Yeah.
So what can we tell a mother, for example, or a parent? What can we tell them to do to help the children use the technology in a good way?
Well, not just the children, the families, the parents as well. We need to set time aside to put it aside. In the corporate world, in your job, they say check your emails at certain times of the day, because if not, you get emails all day long that notification that gets ping and ping and ping, that notification that goes off every second. You will constantly want to go back to check the email, but it won't give you it won't allow you time to be productive in your work. So they even say you check your emails at certain times of the day, so that it doesn't consume you, so you can be productive in your work. Well, the same thing in your home. In your home, you need to set that time, that phone and technology aside. Put it aside for a few hours of the day so that you have time for family time. Well, it could be dinner. When you have dinner as a family. Well, put the phones aside. No phones on the dinner table. So that's one way of controlling. The phone needs to be turned off at a certain time of the day. So some parents have parental controls that by 7 or 8 p.m. at night, the children have no access to the phone during the evenings because they want them to go to sleep. They need to get proper rest because they'll be on the phone all day, just like adults will be on the phone all
Yes.
day, going through with the social media, watching movies, watching news and everything. We all have that problem that we've lacked this control, and because of that, and we need to set boundaries and balances in our life as well, and the children. So certain ways of doing that is setting timers to say
Yes.
this is put aside at this particular time of the day or evening. There's some parents that I knew that they can control their phone, their children's phone, that even during Sabbath, that phone is off. They have no access to the phone during the Sabbath. And so those are certain things that can, certain boundaries and balances that can be, checks and balances that can be put in place for it. There are a lot of parents, which is also one of the things I would ask you, is there are a lot of parents who don't feel as if that their kids need to have a phone. There's a house phone. If they need to use the phone, they can use a house phone to access their friends and all that. They don't need to have a regular cell phone in their hands. And I've known some parents who said none of their kids had any cell phones until they reached to college. They said if they're going to school, if there's an emergency, they have the principal's office to call us as parents. And when they're at home, they have the house phone. But it seems as if a lot of people are even giving 5, 6 years old children a cell phone. And I've also learned and realized and saw through some of my friends that they'll give their children a cell phone because they don't want to talk to the spouse that they've divorced from. And so they'll say, well, at least they can talk to their father. They can talk to their mother. That way I don't have to give them the phone to talk to them. But these are little
Just
children.
scapegoat.
Exactly. And so these are the things that we must recognize that can cause a problem, and now find a way to balance and set boundaries for our families to protect them and also give them that mental rest from the use of technology.
Yes, because if we don't have a balance, we don't control it, the communication will be completely destroyed, completely broken in the relationship.
Yes. Yep.
And for example, when a couple they're going to a date or they're going to a restaurant, and they should leave the phone in the car because this is a special moment.
Yes.
Because you can see the sit down in the restaurant, and each one of them they're on the phone, they're texting.
Yes.
So that's the way. This is the way the technology, the use of the technology is very bad and destroying the
relationships and family.
the family relationship.
Yep.
We can see also that the use of the technology, the misuse of the technology can create discomfort.
Yes. Yes, it can. Yes, it can.
Can create discomfort among them.
Especially in conversations, in certain conversations. And because this is a Family Matters recording that we're doing here, a Family Matters session that we're doing, the discussions of the discomfort could be whether they found pornography on their spouse's phone.
Yes.
And that can cause problems in the marriage. Find it on their children's phone. The bullying that they find on the phone. These are things that they're seeing, that they're witnessing, that they never had to deal with before. Because now everyone has access to it on their phone, their iPads. There's no control of it. And so they now can do things in secret and hiding. And that can cause a problem in the family when it is found out, because a lot of the parents are not ready to have these conversations. A lot of spouses are not ready to have that conversation. But it also shows where there's a broken communication happening in the home.
That's why this is a real problem. Sometimes the couples, they divide because of this, and they don't want the spouse to go to the phone to discover what they're watching. That's why they have code. They have password, secret password. And you know, when I do premarital counseling, I told people, the moment that you married to someone, there is no secret. Your phone should not have a password that your spouse cannot see it. Okay? So what you have to hide? That's why sometimes you see when the phone rings, the couple can sit down, and then the phone rings, and then the other one almost fall.
Yes.
Because they're trying to go somewhere else to see who's texting or who's calling. It should not be no secret So that's a part of it, a part of the technology that divide the relationship, the intimacy among couples, not only among couples, among children and parents. You know, I'm going to give 5 ways to unplug from technology and connect with family. If in your home, so you see that the technology, it's a problem. You see your husband or your wife is addicted with the phone. 5 ways. 5 ways. The first one, schedule a tech-free meal.
Yes.
You go into a restaurant, as I said previously, go into a restaurant, put the phone somewhere. And some families, you know what they do? At the time for dinner, they have a basket.
They have a basket, exactly.
They pass a basket, all of the kids, husband and wife, they deposit the phone there in the basket. So have a free text meal. That's the first advice, first way.
And not just in meal times, anytime that there's a family meeting
or
any gathering, worship time, devotion time, morning, evening times, put the phone aside, put it in that basket, put it somewhere else so that you can now focus on the family.
And you know, I'm going to open another segment. You know, even in church, the technology divide or disturb
this service.
Our adoration with God, our intimacy with God. You know, sometimes people are praying and then the phone rings. And then the person just pull the phone and look at. You are in a special time with God. So the phone has to turn off. So that's another segment I opened. That's very important.
It is very important.
So the second way to have to disconnect with technology, the second way is schedule a game night, or other non-tech activities.
There are a lot of things that we could be doing with our children: trips, parks, beach, hiking, rafting,
without the phone, and
without
the tablet.
camping, all of these things that can be done without the phone, board games at home, family time at home, shows together, all of that can be done without the phone. And what happens is that because parents are so busy nowadays that they just prefer their kids to be focused on the technologies, and the iPad, just focus on that so that I can get these other chores and things done now that I come back from work and anything. No, set a time once a week where it's just family time and they go out and do things together.
Yes, indeed. Third one, schedule weekend dates. Okay, we talk about this. Fourth one, be patient and kind to yourself when changing habits.
I agree.
Because, you know, some people, they're so addicted with the phone. So if you're going to make a change, so the spouse has to be very patient, very kind to the, you know, some people don't even sleep with their phone.
They sleep with their phone.
They fall asleep and the phone is on the bed. So you have to be patient and kind. And the fifth one, set up a time to stop using your wireless device for the day. You just mentioned it. Set up a time to take a break. You know, I was making a joke with my wife. My phone always rings, constantly. And for some reason, I went out with my wife and I forgot the phone. It was, I never have a quiet moment like that. So it's good when you put the phone away for a moment, for 1 hour, for a couple hours during the day. It's very good.
Did you feel as if something was off when you saw that was so quiet for so long?
I thought maybe something was wrong with the phone, and when I looked for the phone, I could not find it. You know, this is very good.
We're so used to it that when we don't have it, we think something is wrong.
We think something is wrong. So we have to understand that the technology is good. At the same time, it can break our relationship, our intimacy, and break even our relationship with God. So we have to let people know that this is very, very important.
And I feel as if that as we talk about it here in our session and in this that we're having right now, we should also present it to our churches so that churches can do more discussions about it, bring awareness to the use of technology, the misuse of technology, how it affects the family and the homes, because a lot of parents are complaining that their kids are on the phone all the time, not realizing that they themselves are on the phone and WhatsApp
correct.
and on the line all day long. Even when it's a prayer line, they're on it all day long, not taking a break they're not taking a moment to break in between. And so as a church, we need to do to have these discussions more often, to bring awareness to our families and to our children, to educate them on the good and the bad of technology. And we don't do that enough. We talk about it, we hear parents complain about it, but we have yet to do a lot of conferences, seminars, or just AY services to explain to the parents and the youth the good and bad use of technology.
Yes, I agree. And I'm going to give some secrets away. I'm going to give some secrets away. If we take the habit to put the phone away 1 hour or a couple hours before we go to bed, a lot of things can happen.
Yes.
First, we will come closer to God.
Yes.
In prayer before going to sleep.
Yes.
And the second one, we will experience a better and relaxing night's sleep. You know, when people are watching, looking at social media, watching a lot of things on the phone, you can get night problem.
Yes.
You can have sleep problem.
Yes.
Okay. So if you you put away the phone like a couple hours before you go to sleep. So this is the second benefit, second thing that you will experience. And the third one, if you are married, if you are a couple, you will enjoy more joyful intimacy with your spouse if you put the phone away a couple hours before going to bed. So this is very important. I hope that our viewers they can put to practice the good advice that we give them today.
Yeah, all that will help their family become more united as a family and united in Christ. Yes.
Yes, indeed. All right. I think, Pastor Peggy, this topic is very important.
Yes.
And as I told the viewers, we will discuss a lot of hot topic here. We'll talk about singleness, the advantage and disadvantage of being a single. We will talk about divorce. We'll talk about communication breakdown. We'll talk about domestic violence. We'll talk about a lot of topic in this program.
I'm excited about that.
Yes, me too. All right. Yes, my friend, it was a pleasure and a privilege to have you watching the Family Matters of New Jersey Conference.
Yes.
This is the second episode, and we will continue to produce more program for you. And as I told you, it is a quarterly program. So every quarter, we will have a new episode for you. And it is my prayer and my hope that this program can be helpful, can bring a lot of advice to you, so your relationship, your life with your husband, with your children, with your parents can be improved. So once again, it is a pleasure to have you watching this program. And Pastor Peggy, do you have a last word you want to give to the viewers?
I am just going to say, please, please, please allow God and the Holy Spirit to discern you on how to lead his family that he's given you. It is a blessing, and don't take it for advantage at all, but we're also going to be here to help you. So if there's anything, know that you can go to our website and at New Jersey Conference, njcsda.org, and get information on Family Matters so that you can help build the family that God has given you.
And one more thing, Pastor Peggy, if you would like to be a part of this program, wherever you are, in whatever church you belong to, you want to be a part of Family Matters of New Jersey Conference, you can always email me, always give me a call, because we want to invite you as a guest to be a part of this program. Thank you very much, and may the Lord bless you, and may this program be helpful to you.
Yes. Amen.